And on Ladakh violence, which has recently happened. What is the trigger point and why do you think this has happened? Are there any external forces do you think are involved in this?
I think the Ministry of Home Affairs had clarified that this has been instigated by some elements. I think they have named also the person who has instigated. So there is nothing much to elaborate on that. It's an unfortunate incident that had occurred on the 24th, but situation is under control now.
How do you see the role of Mr. Sonam Wangchuk here, sir?
You see, he is an individual. I don't think he's accountable the way media and others are putting up. He is not a representative of the people here. He belongs to an NGO. Now, who made him important is the media and others.
So, where do you see it going, sir, from here?
I think government should find a middle way, some constitutional measures, either a Sikkim type of a formula, some kind of a quantum of autonomy is given, or you have a fifth schedule, which also has an autonomy with a difference. So, or there is an existing council here called Ladakh Autonomous Council. There are two councils here, one in Kargil, the other in Leh. They can be empowered.
Things are even more complicated because it's a border area, sir. What do you think?
Yes, but it is close to China. It's a problem. It's close to Pakistan. It's a problem. It's a complicated region. It's a border region, yes, but with the layers of history, layers of culture, proximity to China, proximity to Pakistan, proximity to even Chinese province, Islamic province of Xinjiang, or Tibet, or something like that. So you don't have expertise in the government.
Mr. Stobdan, first of all, thank you so much for joining ANI at this time. I want to put a question on Ladakh violence, which has recently happened. What is the trigger point and why do you think this has happened? Are there any external forces do you think are involved in this?
I think the Ministry of Home Affairs had clarified that. In a detailed note yesterday, or perhaps day before, yesterday, that this has been instigated by some elements. I think they have named also the person who has instigated. So there is nothing much to elaborate on that. It's an unfortunate incident that had occurred on the 24th, but situation is under control now.
So, Mr. Stobdan, what do you think can be the major issues now which needs to be addressed?
No. This method of trying to put sort of the to find a solution at the end when the violence has already taken place is an old government habit. So despite all the warnings that had been given before, government has been delaying it. I'm not saying addressing the situation, but at least deal with the law and order problem. This could have been averted.
Sir, if for our audience, can you explain what are the key issues here?
The key issue is that after the abrogation of 370, people of Ladakh have got union territory without a legislator and without a 335A type of protection, constitutional protection. So they wanted a self-governance system like a legislature which power to decide their own fate, govern themselves, like you have in certain districts in Northeast. There are 10 districts in Northeast, and Meghalaya, Mizoram, and Tripura, and other places, which has got tribal council. These tribal councils are given autonomy under 6th schedule of our constitution. So under that constitution, the tribals have their own right to decide their governance system. Now Ladakhis want a system like that, to decide their future through an assembly, through autonomous assembly that will decide their development plans, their day-to-day affairs. So this has been their demand for quite some time, couple of years, and but I think government is finding very difficult to agree to their demand because of certain technical, certain constitutional reasons. Because northeast is Ladakh is not northeast. So these are the challenges the government has faced, and government has been reluctant.
So things are even more complicated because it's a border area, sir. What do you say?
No, even Punjab is also border. Gujarat is also border. That's not the issue. Border everywhere. You are surrounded by either land border or the ocean. So that's not the point. Yes, but it is close to China. It's a problem. It's close to Pakistan. It's a problem. They are watching very carefully what is happening in Ladakh. I cannot say whether they have an influence here, but the landscape here is changing gradually, maybe in a different direction. It's a complicated region. It's a border region, yes, but with the layers of history, layers of culture, proximity to China, proximity to Pakistan, proximity to even Chinese province, Islamic province of Xinjiang, or Tibet, or something like that. So you don't have expertise in the government.
So where do you see it going, sir, from here?
I think government should find a middle way, some constitutional measures, either a Sikkim type of a formula, which is under the 37 371A, some kind of a quantum of autonomy is given, or you have fifth schedule, not sixth schedule, fifth schedule, which which also has an autonomy with a difference. So, or there is an existing council here called Ladakh Autonomous Council. There are two councils here, one in Kargil, the other in Leh. They can be empowered. More power can be given to them to make legislature. And I'm sure the government is thinking about it. But the issue is delaying the process. That's the key issue. I don't know what is the hitch.
So, sir, how do you see the role of Mr. Sonam Wangchuk here, sir?
You see, he is an individual. I don't think he's accountable the way media and others are putting up. He is not a representative of the people here. He belongs to an NGO. Now, who made him important is the media and others. So that's a problem in a democracy where unaccountable people can also sway power or influence issues. So, but I think he's a very interesting person. He's active. He runs an NGO. What he is doing, what he's not doing, cannot be described. We don't know what he's doing. At least I cannot comment. But according to media, uh, some reports are coming that he's he's instigated or something like that, which cannot be verified because he has been agitating for a very long time. This kind of a dharna and
But some of his previous statements say that a kind of Arab Spring should happen, or some things like they are also connecting this recent violence in Nepal. So, do you see any linkage in these things?
no. I mean, as I said, these statements have been made in the past also, maybe present also, but then government has done nothing to curtail all these things. I'm sure there are preventive measures, there are controlling system, there are administrative measures, or whether Nepal or Bangladesh or whatever it is. I mean, this has not happened last night. This debate, this narrative is very old, and if there are loopholes somewhere, it should have been plugged.
So, sir, do you think now still the anger is there, or it is going to be subsided? And government is saying that they have also formed a committee which is already engaged in talks with them.
Yeah, I mean, see, people of Ladakh are not violent people. They are very peaceful. They are the Buddhist or, uh, but this factor of instigation, I don't know. They cannot be established. It's for the government to investigate. But as of today, things are quite okay. There is a section 139 which has been put. So there is restriction in gathering. The funeral might take place today for the death of those people who were killed yesterday or day before. So once the situation is controlled, I'm sure the government will follow certain procedures, maybe law, and find out what happened actually in detail. And also the talk, the dialogue process has been resumed. Yesterday, a person from Delhi has come, from the senior official from MHA, and they decided to hold the next meeting on the 27th of this month. And but I think everybody is caught in a dilemma. What is to be done?
Sir, you have such a vast experience of diplomacy and such kind of a talks. So, do you see a solution coming soon?
Quite possible. I mean, I don't rule out solution, but may not be to the expectation of the people. Like for example, granting statehood for 3 lakh people is not feasible. And demographically, it is not feasible. Economically, Ladakh does not produce anything. So to be a state, you have to be viable. You have to generate revenue. Where is the revenue? We have no industry here. So essentially, again, you are depending on the center for subsidies. And once the center gives you subsidy, then they will come with certain tag. They will control your affairs. So I don't see any solution like that. Now, sixth schedule is a very, sometimes it's not just constitutional or political decision, it's also anthropological decision. Whether to establish Ladakhis are equal to Bodo people in Assam. The Bodos have their own historical legacy of being pure tribal in the sense that they're scientifically tribal, not just culturally, but anthropologically. They belong to a certain background like Andaman Nicobar. I mean, Ladakh is a Buddhist area, not Andaman Nicobar. So, and also we have a population which is more than 50% or 55% who are Shia Muslims. Now, I have not heard in the Indian system where the Shias can be given six schedule. How can Shia become a tribal? So, I'm sure the government is confronted with a lot of complex question, and how to address that is for the experts to comment.
Thank you, Mr. Stobdan. Thank you for sparing time. And I look forward to talk to you again once things calm down. Thank you, sir.